What a great year to start Pride Month, boys. Nothing says treat the LGBTQ with respect like platforming a homophobic, racist, downright sociopathic piece of shit that has ever existed on this platform. And yet YouTube is staring at this whole ordeal at an armchair's approach, which really speaks volumes onto what they are as a platform. Because all of this transpire over a terrible take on Elden Ring. So if you don't know the story by now, I'll make it brief. A month ago, Axeman uploaded a video titled The Worst Elden Ring Hot Takes video that covered one of the worst Elden Ring takes imaginable by people that complain over the littlest things about a Souls game being too hard, too long, too difficult. Oh, and let's not forget the famous one of them all. The graphics are dog shit.
Are you sure about that?
They have no family, no friends, no life.
Quantum TV, a guy so narcissistic, an ego so far up his own ass, thinking that whatever he says he can get away with, a bit of a pedophile for asking for Mischief's age, 100% a racist, a proud Christian for the one and only Jesus Christ, and with a personality that would rival Jesse Slamette. Now, Axeman wasn't the only person that had covered Quantum TV before. Another YouTuber by the name of Mischief also covered Quantum TV. That includes Review Tech USA and many others down the line. And sooner but later, the rabbit inside the rabbit hole digged pretty deep, mind you. It digged pretty deep than it was intended for. So when Quantum TV saw Axeman's video about him, he immediately stopped digging and found something else valuable for him. He stopped and saw a false copyright strike and a requested takedown for the video. And his reason is because he stole my deleted video and it goes against fair use.
Since you can't speak, here's your situation. You stole a deleted copyrighted video. I don't care about your opinion on my take, and definitely don't care about your empty threats regarding things none of you understand. I do care about you re-uploading stolen content you acquired from Mischief. If this is your livelihood, you should know that copyright starts the moment a body of work is published. You don't have permission to post my removed content. As the owner, I would like the copyrighted videos removed. That's why I'm looking into other options against your piracy. Like I said, YouTube support advised me that filing a copyright claim against you was the best way to remove the re-uploaded content. YouTube's copyright system is so easily abused, alright, that YouTube themselves have said Google has notes more than half of the takedown notices it has received under the US Digital Millennium Copyright Act 1998 were sent by business targeting competitors. And over 1/3 of notices were not valid copyright claims. You see that number? 37%. It's a problem. YouTube acknowledges, Google acknowledges it, and we know it's a problem.
Fair use dictates that as long as certain qualifying factors are met, you do not need permission from the copyright holder to be able to use, publish, and yes, monetize portions of their works in your own.
Quantum TV tried to take down Axeman's Elden Ring video, yet unfortunately for Quantum, YouTube actually knows what fair use is and rejected his takedown request. But not only that, but Axeman stated that he'll be going over Quantum TV's history of copyright abuse on YouTube, so it'll lead to the termination of his channel.
I have a good faith belief that the use of the material in the manner complained of is not authorized by the copyright owner, its agent, or the law. The information I provide is accurate, and under penalty of perjury, I am the owner or an agent authorized to act on behalf of the fucking owner. I understand that abuse of this tool, such as submitting removal requests for content that I do not own, may result in termination of my YouTube account. Again, once you file this claim, somebody else can counterclaim you, and then it becomes a legal issue. If it turns out that you're actually abusing this for your own benefit, just to hide criticism, and you've actually taken down legally fair use content, this bites you on your ass. When you are actually going, remember the first line, okay? This is not authorized by the copyright owner, its agent, or the law. The law, okay? That includes fair use dealings, fair use law. So again, in all of these situations, all right, you need to make sure you have checked this with legal counsel before even filing this.
When you start talking fair use, you are opening a legal battle because you're telling the copyright owner, fuck you, I can do what I want. Fuck you, I can do what I want. Fuck you, I can do what I want. Fuck you, I can do what I want.
And so what he did, he won. Not only was this man pretty much responsible of bullying a channel that used to have 300k subs, but he was also fascinated by the ever thought of how old was Mischief. pretty fucking creepy if you ask me.
And there are all these people saying that I falsely attacked some young kid. Everybody loves to put his age out. The moment I mention it, why are you so obsessed with his age? I don't care, he's a minor, leave it alone.
For some reason, he's really obsessed with the age of Mischief.
Maybe Mischief's mother might want to get in on this. What? All the negative press you've seen on me is because I reviewed a game once, didn't like it, some 16-year-old kid picked it up. This is said 16-year-old. 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid from the UK. Mischief, the 16-year-old kid, you're not some young 16-year-old kid on the internet. There was a 16-year-old kid. This kid, he's a 16-year-old. There's a 16-year-old kid. Some 16-year-old kid on the... Mischief is the chief orchestrator behind this entire thing.
And I think you get it at this point. Let this moment sink in, ladies and gentlemen. All of this has happened over a terrible take on Elden Ring. Just let that sink in for a moment. Okay, you're good? Alright, let's move on. So when Actman covers Quantum TV's copyright abuse in his video and explained the absolutely repulsive and straight up psychotic statement that Quantum TV said over the past 4 years on this platform.
In a response to a picture of two people kissing in a church, he wrote, "Too bad you weren't a Pulse victim." In reference to the Pulse nightclub shooting, an incident at a gay bar where 47 people were killed. Get this piece of trash off of YouTube.
They deserve it. The world is better off without them forcing their lifestyle on it. These are your accounts that you had linked on your YouTube, but all of a sudden you're not responsible for them? That's not how it works.
At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. You know, you want to sit there and you want to act like I'm some bad human being. You know, you want to sit there and you want to act like I'm some bad human being. You had Selena Kyle, which is Lenny Kravitz's daughter, like a half-breed, basically. You know, you want to sit there and you want to act like I'm some bad human being.
Respect copyright and only upload videos you made and own the rights to. Don't use anything someone else owns, unless you have their permission or it falls under fair use. Check out the Copyright Center for more details. Do not post any hateful content or make hateful comments. But what is hateful content? Well, it's anything that incites violence against people based on race or ethnicity or things like gender, age, or sexual orientation. YouTube supports freedom of speech, but it's not okay ever to post videos that could provoke hatred towards a specific group of people or incite violence.
Okay, so let's start with YouTube's community guidelines. A set of common sense rules for what is and isn't allowed on our platform. These are mostly rules you'd expect, like don't harass others, don't harass others, don't harass others, don't harass others.
And when Quantum TV saw this video, he proceeded to go on a rampage, typing out the most harshest, the most meanest thing ever said on the internet, thinking that this will finally bring the Actman into his knees and beg for forgiveness by the Emancipation Proclamation speech that will go down in Discord history as one of the funniest things in internet history.
Yeah, here it is. Read this.
What kind of voice does he have?
Very pretentious.
Posh British voice. Do that.
Very pretentious.
I just want to thank everyone for sticking with me.
Yes.
It's obvious most of these other reviewers like Stop the FOMO, Digital Trench, and HDTV Test are just Satanists in disguise. Every time I've seen one of their videos, you can tell that they are trying to brainwash the masses into their gay, liberal, satanic atheist agenda. 1 minute someone could be watching Stop the FOMO, and the next minute they start having anal sex with their father, doing coke and trying to conjure demons with satanic rituals. Satanic influence isn't a joke. It was obvious already when Stop the FOMO ended up using the Lucifer logo to praise Satan and claimed he was just testing for blooming. God, I hate atheists with their satanic rituals. Every one of these people are going to hell and suffer for eternity. They need an ass-kicking from some Christians. Also, the troll comments from the satanic atheists are getting banned. All the satanic gay atheist people accusing me of being a coward for deleting my video. I only had to delete them because of YouTubers' gay agenda instead of people getting upset at me.
Oh my God.
Why don't they just let me be? Because they are heterophobic, anti-Christian pieces of shit. I don't want to participate in the anal sex the liberal people tell me to. Remember to stay strong in the faith of Jesus Christ who died for our sins. God loves you and will prosper.
Bravo.
Can we
That
tell
was
us what
amazing.
subreddit that was posted in, please?
Even when Actman uploaded this video, YouTube still have yet to decide to take no further action against Quantum TV. And the fact that YouTube is still giving this man a platform despite him abusing the copyright system and breaking many terms of service and community guidelines, guess what Quantum TV did besides talk to shit to other people and can't meet up to Actman face to face during the Discord chat? Instead of acting like a very level-headed adult who should have taken that criticism to heart, he decided to call his mom and dox him. What a fucking player.
The Actman has officially threatened to murder me.
And any threats like predatory behavior, stalking, or intimidation are unacceptable. Anyone caught doing these things may be permanently removed from YouTube.
Hello, is this Actman's mother? Yeah, this is Quantum TV. Your son's been bullying me online.
Why would you call the Actman's mother, Quantum? I don't care how you got the information. I don't care if the Actman's mother paid for a billboard in the middle of Times Square saying, "Hi, I'm the Actman's mom. Here's my number." Why would you call his mom over a YouTube video? What are you, 12? It's a YouTube video, and you call his mommy like he's bullying you at the playground when you're in junior high? What are you doing?
And the fact that Quantum TV was still trying to threaten and drag the Actman's mother into a lawsuit is absolutely mind-blowing how much this guy is not in a mental institution at this point.
Hi, I'm Michael Grossack, Global Head of Content Policy at YouTube.
And I'm Matt Halpern. I'm Vice President, Global Head of Trust and Safety for YouTube.
Harassment of anyone affects everyone. Malicious acts are abusive behaviors, and we take these very seriously at YouTube. This means threatening someone, whether it's subtle or obvious.
One day, and I'm making this video because one day maybe you guys might actually get someone killed. And I mean that. Hopefully, through your actions, one day you don't get somebody killed.
But it crossed the line into harassment when the creator made veiled threats.
Again, veiled threats, as you guys like to say, is not something that we do here on YouTube.
Malicious acts can also mean threatening someone's privacy. That includes stalking and doxing, which means releasing someone's private or identifying information online.
People come to me, they send me all kinds of personal information on you. 90% of it I have no interest in. I know about all of your family members at this point. I don't care to know that. I know so much, but some people take it too far. They lead to hacking, they lead to real world doxing. I called his mother. And some of you start doxing and sharing personal information. And then you go even a step further. You find people in real life, because how dare they find you in the real world? That's creepy. No, it's not, dude. And yes, I know your address. Yes, I know your phone number. Yes, I know your mother. Yes, I know your brother, your father, your next of kin. Don't think I'm playing around. I called Actman's mother to get a hold of him, to let him know the kind of damage he was causing.
Subtle or
okay?
Obvious.
I'm not fucking around with it. And you're literally lying about your mother being threatened to send more people after me. How many times did I actively ask his mother to pass me off to him? Because truth be told, I never wanted to talk to her in the first place.
Your son is causing trouble for me, and that's the whole reason for this call to begin with.
Threatening someone's privacy.
It's not real hard to find him at all. You can Google him right now and you can get all of the same information I did. It's not hard. I promise you, if you look into the Actman right now, you will find his full legal name. You will find, just type Actman. Look for Actman's real name. Like, actually try to find people, you will find it. It's not hard.
YouTube and advertisers don't want to be associated with that level of craziness.
Content or behavior intended to harass, threaten, or bully others is not allowed on YouTube. Neither is maliciously recording someone without their consent.
I'd rather not drag a family through the mud given the times and the current status of the world. You understand what I mean? Like, we all have families and stuff we're trying to accomplish. So I'm not trying to derail anybody's livelihood.
Or revealing someone's private, personal information. Let's take a look at some examples.
And yes, I know your address. Yes, I know your phone number. Yes, I know your mother. Yes, I know your brother, your father, your next of kin.
Creator A is angry after a heated exchange with Creator B and decides to share Creator B's personal home address and private phone number in a video that encourages viewers to send nasty messages to Creator B. In another video, a creator wants fans to communicate with them directly via social media, so they share their social media handles and email address on their channel. Do either of these videos violate our community guidelines? Yes. The first video violates our harassment policy. Don't use YouTube to maliciously share personal information about another individual.
And the day before Actman released The Dark Day of YouTube, he tweeted this out on Twitter. And it showed a very depressing image of what seemed like betrayal and absolute horseshit. This was practically a major slap in the face for many creators of this platform that called out and exposed this absolute nutter. And yet the greatest minds of YouTube has clearly chosen Quantum's side. And nor was many was surprised. And at that moment in time, we all knew we were definitely in the end game now. Even when Actman uploaded his video, which I would like to say it was absolutely phenomenal work out of Actman's part. Not only had he called out Quantum TV's hypocrisy, his racist, homophobic hate speech, and has also called out on him ban evading for 4 years and false copyright claims, and all of the above. No soft punches, just straight facts. He has also called out YouTube for being a dishonest liar for completely ignoring their own community guidelines. In standard corporation fashion, when a person criticizes their own platform, they get their video taken down. And in Actman's case, as for why his video was taken down, it was for nudity and sexual content. And maybe it was probably from a poorly edited Photoshop image of a cucumber under this guy's mouth. That might be the reason. Actman appealed for the video, only to be rejected 30 minutes onto a 56-minute video. This is concrete proof that whoever YouTube reviewed this did not watch the video in its entirety. For a video that is being removed about community guidelines, you would think that YouTube would have the right to watch Actman's video in its entirety to make sure that it is not violating any community guidelines, but no. A cucumber into this man's face is what got in his video taken down. Absolutely incredible. And I highly doubt that YouTube is going to fix this at all and will just sweep it under the rug like it's nothing. What's also very suspicious is that 2 more of his videos were also age restricted and demonetized, all in a span of 1 minute from each other. One for the World at War video, and one for Cyberpunk 2077. 2 videos that were absolutely irrelevant about the quantum situation. And the third video being The Dark Age of YouTube. All in a span of 1 hour. Because apparently, YouTube's failure to enforce their community guidelines is now against their community guidelines. Absolutely fucking incredible. And not only that, but the next day prior, Actman's channel was officially demonetized. All of this happened because someone had a poor take on Elden Ring. And this video from Keemstar is very, very thought-provoking.
YouTube, we have to have a serious conversation. You just put out a tweet saying the reason that Actman's whole entire channel was demonetized, he was removed from the partnership program, was because he put out a tweet threatening to dox YouTube employees, all right? And that you take the safety of YouTube employees very serious, all right? There's a lot of issues with this. One, Actman's tweet was a joke, all right? And to explain the joke, it's very simple. You know, he was doxxed by Quantum TV. He went to YouTube and said, I'm being doxxed by this guy. There's a recording of the doxing. He's literally calling Actman TV's mom, and no action was taken. So he's making a joke on Twitter that doxing is okay. It is a joke. Everybody knows it's a joke. Me and Jake Lucky, eSport reporter, never agree on anything. We're in agreement on this, that it was clearly a joke. But if you're gonna have the position that you take the safety of YouTube employees serious, where you have to take action, then I have to bring up Ethan Klein doing a call for action on YouTube to bomb the NRA building. Because I know for a fact there were YouTube employees in the NRA building. Now, how does this compare? All right, someone making a joke about a dox and then someone doing a call to action to a terrorist attack on US soil where YouTube employees are actually in the building. He got a strike. Ethan Klein got a strike on that video. Just a strike, okay? But Actman TV's entire channel is demonetized. Do you really care about YouTube employees' safety? A bigger question, do you care about our safety as creators? Because I know so many creators that went to YouTube saying, look, this is happening, that's happening, I'm being harassed, I'm being doxxed, and no action gets taken. And this Actman story, all right, No action was taken on Quantum TV yet, but you took action on Ackman first? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
And to slowly wrap this up, I just wanted to show this video that really is important to YouTube at this moment.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not, if it's a helpful tutorial or not, or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not. But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for. That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice. So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction. So the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private.
There's a reason why we need the dislike button back invisible again on YouTube. It's for people like Quantum TV that still has his YouTube channel and is still remaining on his platform still to this day, which is honestly freaking disgusting. And all of this is happening during the majority of Pride Month. Don't you feel happy, YouTube? How all of this has escalated all because one person had a shitty Elden Ring take, only for him to not to accept his faults like a man and must act like an immature child when people started calling him out. What YouTube has did to Axeman is just plain as day unfair. And seeing the after effects on his live streams after the channel has been demonetized is really hard to see, because I, and like many others, are a fan of Axeman. Hashtag justice for Axeman isn't just a requirement anymore, it's a freaking necessity. YouTube. You can either listen to this in deaf ears, or you can listen to how much Quantum TV is a major problem towards YouTube, and that him still being here on this platform is not only doing much harm for YouTube, but your reputation as well. And you clearly have the power to do the right thing, yet you are not taking this situation as seriously as you thought it would. Because me and Axeman and many other creators are wanting to find a resolution to all of this. You can either let Quantum TV remain on this platform, or you can follow the community guidelines that you have clearly created and followed oath to, and finally terminate Quantum TV's channel off the face of YouTube, and hopefully find a new perimeter to prevent something like this from happening ever again in the near future. Or it could prevent another situation like this ever happening again on this platform. You have the power to do this, YouTube. I wish I could have added so much more into this video, because I feel as though I don't have a large enough of a voice in order to give the Axeman situation the justice it deserves. And from the words from the almighty God of War himself, Kratos, do not be sorry. Be better, YouTube. This is my earbuds, signing out.
But imagine though, let me word this in a way you can understand. How would you feel if instead of my picture looking like this was your mother, this was your sister, this was your brother, and I had doxed them on my community tab and put their faces out there for everybody to see looking like this because I thought it was funny. And then I go on and I attack their sexual orientation and their religion unapologetically. I'm pretty sure you'd want it off the platform, right? You would get it then if you saw your little boy right there on my community tab being doxed. You wouldn't like that shit 1%.